It's a very rainy November day, but it's not too bad here in my hideout. I just saw a white-tailed eagle soaring above me and a great egret. I also saw some running horses. They were very curious and they inspected my tent, and then they started playing hide and seek with me, running away, running towards me, running away again. So I got some nice slow-mo shots of these horses which just run around in this area. It's a beautiful area where they can run around. The Koenig horses are on the other side of the road, and they have 2200 hectares all to themselves. And on this side we have the regular horses, the larger breed, and they also have a lot of space. After spending a couple of days at home working in my home office, I really need to go out. For the last couple of weeks I had nothing but rain on my free Wednesdays and Saturdays. But it's just nice to be out here with a hot cup of tea and your telephoto lens and just capturing some wildlife. At least you're out, you're away, you're out of your house. You can sniff some fresh air and enjoy some wildlife. And that eagle and those horses were the highlights of my morning. Sadly, no kingfishers landed on my perch today. One did fly by, but it didn't take an interest to the perch. Maybe because of the heavy rains, I don't know. But still, this was a very nice November morning. Hey, little fella, what are you doing here? And why are you so relaxed? It may be ill. I usually don't see rabbits over here, certainly not these long-eared ones. I think you better go hide, buddy. There's a lot of predators over here, a lot of buzzards, eagles. Beware. Now, let's find a suitable spot over here. Wow, that was a lovely encounter with a fellow deer buck. I came here to look for some branches to photograph the kingfishers. And then I saw a great egret. And behind it was this beautiful buck, this fallow deer, which just came walking over this through this landscape. And they're not usually so trusty, certainly not in the middle of the day. So I got a nice shot of it, and then I chased it, but I couldn't find it anymore. Plus the wind was in my back, which is horrible because the animal will smell me. Still, it's the end of the rut. It's now the first half of November. And this animal is probably exhausted from the rut, but it was nice to see it with those beautiful thick antlers. A brief moment, too brief, it's always too brief, but beautiful nonetheless. I mean, have a look, all the fall colors behind me. Fall is beautiful, isn't it? Especially when it's not raining. It's been raining for a month almost in October. We've had twice the normal amount of precipitation. So everything was soaked. I couldn't go out that much. So today I'm going to enjoy it. This looks like a good spot to put up my perch. And the kingfishers are on the island over there. And there are no perches here to fish from, but I'll remedy that. It's windy, so I need to press it into the mud a bit. Oh, thank God for Gore-Tex shoes. You gotta love that Gore-Tex. Dry socks are nice. Well, that was a beautiful experience with that fallow deer, that buck. I just popped up my tent at the lake. Hopefully I can see a kingfisher or some other birds. Over there on the other side of the lake is a photo blind, a hideout that the forestry department built. It's beautiful, but you can't see a damn thing from that place. You're too far away from all the birds. That's why I have to bring my pop-up tent. Plus, if you bring your own tent, you can always vary your composition. If you're in a photo blind, especially commercial photo blind, you always have the same composition, the same area, the same direction, which I don't really like. Plus, this pop-up tent is free. Well, this day is just getting better and better. I just saw a pair of ravens. They flew over my tent and they circled around the lake twice, and then they left. They gave me all the opportunity to film them. I wanted to shoot a few pictures, but they were gone. At least I got a few nice video shots of them. Beautiful. You don't see ravens that often over here, and they have that typical low raspy sound that distinguishes them from crows. And of course, crows can be found in urban areas. You can find crows in our backyard, but ravens, you don't see them that much in villages, in towns. But out here in the open, you can see ravens. And when you see one raven, you often see a second one, as I just did. And they're just beautiful birds, the biggest of the crow family. Very intelligent birds as well. Well, it's time for some tea and some peanut butter sandwiches. This is not a bad morning. Not bad at all. It's very rare to see bucks over here out in the open, but there it is again. I think it is the same buck. I think it's just circling the lake, and it's making an encore. So hopefully it will return. I'll just stay put and hopefully I can see it again. Beautiful. It's not burling, but seeing it in this good light, out in the open in the sun, it's beautiful. So during the rut, the deer are more active, and on a quiet day such as this, you sometimes get lucky. So it was fantastic seeing the fallow deer, that one buck. It didn't burl, it didn't show any rut activity, it didn't fight with other bucks. It just walked around, but it was still a beautiful sight. So it was a good morning in this tent. I didn't see the kingfishers. I put up a perch over there. And instead of kingfishers, I got ravens and fallow deer. So that always shows you how unpredictable nature is, and it really tells me that I have to go out there. I just have to go out into nature, and nature always surprises me. So that's my recommendation to you. Go out there and be amazed and surprised by nature. November can still be nice. This is a pretty good day. It's even more quiet than last year. Last year I saw some cows and horses and one fallow deer at the end, but now I haven't seen, except for a few birds, I haven't seen a single animal. I mean, look, this area is over 2,000 hectares, which is fairly large, and there is nothing, or at least apparently so. So why is the wildlife so incredibly shy over here? Is it too quiet? In other areas of the world or the Netherlands, you can see wildlife so much more easily than here. And I'm still unsure why that is. Is it just the hunters? It's not fair to just blame them. There's nothing. It's completely empty, it seems. Fascinating. Well, it's now 8:30 in the morning. The sun has gone up. I didn't see any fallow deer. But listen. You can smell the forest, you can hear the birds, you can hear all the water droplets falling from the trees. And that autumn smell, well, I cannot convey this to you, sadly, but it's just wonderful. My back is hurting, my knees are hurting. I've now walked for about 3-4 miles. I'm not used to that anymore because of my Lyme. So I'll be in bed with pain later today, I think, but I don't care. I'm out here enjoying the forest, enjoying the outdoors. And that's a mental boost that is worth quite a lot. So if you go out into the forest and you want to shoot pretty pictures and you arrive home without any photographs, don't be sad, don't be frustrated. Enjoy the experience and the time you spend out here in nature. That is something that Lyme taught me, to enjoy the small things and to not always ask for more. I think they call that mindfulness. I thought it was bullshit, but there may be some truth to it. Well, let's carry on. Let's go back to the car. Man, my camera has a hard time focusing, autofocusing in this mist. And then you think you see a deer, but then you zoom in and it's just a little tree stump. The fog plays tricks with you, with your mind. Wow, I've been out here for an hour and a half. Still not at the car. Okay, that was a rotten log. I should have known that. Oh, this is also rotten, I think. Well, I need to sit down after 90 minutes of walking. Everything hurts. I'm not used to this anymore. So, this is a beautiful area where I can see the deer if they are here. It's a very long cut into the forest. And while waiting for the deer, I can enjoy some, as you know, black tea and peanut butter sandwiches. I also had these leaking... I also had a leaking thermos. So a friend of mine, Rick, told me that I had to buy a Stanley. No, this is not a sponsored video. And these are big and bulky, but they don't leak. The great outdoors. The silent outdoors. Oh well. Just saw a woodpecker. A great spotted woodpecker. Those are very normal, very common over here. But still, I like to see them pecking around the wood, the trees. The mist is finally disappearing. I get to see a little bit more. But no deer yet. no deer. That's just the way it is sometimes. The elusive fallow deer in this forest. The same area as a few days ago, but now seen from the other side. Again, no game. A few birds, but no deer. No wildlife, nothing. Still, it does remain a pretty picture. Despite the utter lack of wildlife. As you can tell, it's a beautiful, beautiful area. And sometimes you find kingfishers here and beavers. But today, nothing. No deer, no kingfishers, no beavers. Except for that floating hotel in the back. That always annoys me. Oh well. Can't complain about the weather, that's for sure. And so, as the last sunny days of autumn faded, it was time to gear up for winter.